everybody, Miss Whitney here with MidPointe Library System. I'm super excited to be here with you guys today to do some fun DIYs for spring cleaning. One of the greatest things about spring cleaning is everything's starting to bloom. You can open your windows, the smells, everything's blooming, everything's new. So it's a great time to just clean everything and let everything in your house be new again too. Get rid of all of that winter gloom pretty much. Some of the DIYs that I wanted to show you today are cost effective. They're gonna save you so much money. Instead of buying the pre-bottled things already at the store. Second advantage to this is they're gonna be better in your home for you, your children, your pets, any other types of people you have coming in. It's just better for you. It's more natural, and you can pronounce everything that we're going to use today, and that is my biggest tip. If you can't pronounce it, do you really want it in the air or on your counters or near anything where you're going to have food or your clothes or anything like that? So I just like to be as natural as possible and save as much money as possible, and I think everybody else is pretty much like that too. One of the first things that I would like to share with you is just a simple all-purpose cleaner. What you're going to need is you're going to need some vinegar, white vinegar, distilled vinegar there. You'll need a spray bottle. You're going to need lemon rind and your favorite spice or mint or anything from your garden that you would like. I really like rosemary and mint when I make my cleaners, but you can choose anything that you would like. Whatever scent makes you happy, please choose it. Some people don't like to use sprigs. Some people prefer to use essential oils. So whatever works best for you, please choose that option. For me, purchasing the mint or the rosemary or anything like that, it's very cost effective, or you can also grow it. I do both. It just depends on the time of year and what I have available to me. Having a funnel is very helpful, and you're also going to need some water. So let's get started with this one. So you're going to take your funnel and go ahead and insert it into your spray bottle. And then we are going to add roughly 3/4 of a cup of vinegar. I am an eyeball person. You are more than welcome to measure. I just have more fun eyeballing things. So that might be a little bit more, about a cup, but that's okay because I have the room for it. No worries. Just make sure it's 1 part to each. We're gonna add our water. There we go. And now we're going to cut into our lemon. This is my favorite part because the smell of a lemon is just amazing. Now, for this specific recipe, you want the outer ring of your lemon, so you want the rind. So I'm going to cut it here into a quarter and then just cut out the center here. There we go. And keep the juices in there. That is very helpful, and I may have to cut this again, and that's okay. We learn as we go. That's the fun part about DIY. It's not perfect. And see, I'm gonna have to cut it again. We're just gonna add the rind into the mixture. I wish you could smell it because it smells amazing. It smells so good right now. And you're gonna want to do about 1/4 of the lemon rind. So we're gonna cut a little bit more and put that in there. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a little messy. Usually when I DIY, I always throw down some newspaper or old plastic like tablecloths that I saved from like those birthday parties and stuff, anything that you have just kind of laying around the house that you don't care if it gets messy. Obviously I'm a little dressed up today, so t-shirt probably wouldn't be a bad idea either. So we're gonna put the rest of the rind in there just like that. Then I'm gonna pull out my rosemary. That's the scent of choice that I really like. I think it goes really well with the lemon. I paid $1.99 for this at Kroger. That just was where I happened to be that day, and that's what I grabbed. You're gonna take your sprigs and you're just gonna add those, stem and all, right into your bottle. The smell, again, is amazing. So just like that. And again, big thing to remember, 1 part vinegar, 1 part water. The recipe that I used when I first started doing this said 3/4 of a cup of each. Over time, I have just gotten into the habit of eyeballing it based off of my sprayer. So it's up to you, however you want to do it. You're going to want to give that a little bit of a shake, let everything get mixed together in there. And then we will turn the sprayer on. This is a newer one, so I have to find my spray. There we go. So, and just like that. And the smell, like I said, is amazing. And this is an all-purpose cleaner, so I will use a microfiber cloth. I will spray it on the cloth. I can wipe down my countertops. I can wipe down my stove. I have a glass top stove. It's perfectly fine for that. My only caution is if you have a granite countertop, do not use anything with acidic in it. I will have a recipe for you in just a second. But anything with acidic in it is not good for granite. It will scratch it. So that's just a tip. Don't use that if you have your granite countertops. But simple, easy, 5 minutes. This was $1 at the store. Water was free, obviously. I think I paid 89 cents for my lemon, $1.99 for my rosemary. I already had my spray bottles, but you can usually get these at the dollar store for $1. I also know that the supermarkets carry them as well, usually between $2 and $3. So again, this is a cost-effective, all-natural way to clean your house. Like I said, countertops, any of your cabinetry, your stove, bathroom, anything. This all-purpose cleaner will work for any of those jobs. So that's our first DIY. Let me clean up my mess and we will go on to the second one. Now, the second one is just a heavy duty scrub. I am notorious for making a mess in the kitchen. I love to cook, so I make a mess. Italian food's one of my favorites, and I have white, like laminate type countertops. Doesn't go well with someone who likes to make Italian food. So I get a ton of stains on my counter. One easy way to clean up a mess is to grab some borax. This was almost $6, I believe, at Kroger. I've seen it at Meijer's and other big box stores. It's usually in either the cleaning aisle or in the laundry aisle. It just depends on your store and where they like to shelve it. I usually find it in the laundry aisle, but again, it varies by store. So, if you have a mess on your table, the easiest thing you can do, take a half of a lemon, okay? And for demonstration purposes, I'm just gonna cheat and lift the tablecloth. And you're gonna take some borax. This is the hardest part, is opening it. Just a moment. We'll use the handy dandy knife to help us out. All right. We are going to take a little bit of the borax, and you can of course hold this over your sink. You can hold it over a bowl, whatever's easiest for you. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to do it right here. You're going to take about 2 teaspoons of your borax, and you're going to put it on your lemon. Give that a little swirl. Let that work into the lemon. Just tap off the excess there. It's going to look like that. okay? You're gonna come over to wherever your stain is, and you are just gonna scrub. There's some a little bit of a mess over here, so we'll just clean that up while we're demoing. Circular motion buffs out everything, so that's what I recommend. If you still have an area that you're concerned about, just go back to your borax and pick up some more. That's why a bowl helps. Again, I'm messy. I don't mind. I like to have fun. So I'm just going to buff out the stains. So there was some crayon over here, and that took that crayon right off of this table. So if you have stubborn stains that you can't get out, lemon and borax is your trick. Easy peasy. Now, this particular cleaner is just a deodorizer. Sometimes we get fruits or vegetables and things like that. We forget about them. We're all guilty of it. And you get that smell and you're just like, I cannot get rid of it. What do I do? Well, you're gonna take some white vinegar and you are going to take just a drop of any dish liquid soap that you like, literally just 2 drops of it. You're gonna put it on a cloth. You can put it in a spray bottle, wherever you need to clean out. I know for me, I'm guilty of the crisper. I'll forget that I put something in the crisper, so that's why I like to use a rag. Drop of the soap, 2 teaspoons of the vinegar if I'm using a cloth. If I'm putting it in a spray bottle, I'm gonna put about a 1/2 cup in a spray bottle, and I will probably put about a teaspoon of my soap in, a little bit of warm water, mix that up, and that's gonna give you a good deodorizer. Vinegar is fantastic for that. If you are not a fan of the smell of vinegar, I know there's a lot of people that don't care for the smell. There are a couple ways you can mask it. One way is to use some essential oils. Another way, again, is to grab your rosemaries or some other mints or fresh herbs that you like the smell of to mask that smell. Also, they make apple cider vinegar. It does the same thing, but again, caution, if you're using it on any type of a granite surface, do not use the acidic version because it will scratch your granite. So you, in that case, would want to use the white distilled, and if you want to mask the smell, again, use one of your favorite herbs or an essential oil. So that is a deodorizer for you. Another quick DIY I wanted to just mention, you're going to use some dish powder. This would be what you would use if you're cleaning your dishes, of course. You're also going to want some Clorox. Do not get a brand of bleach that is concentrated. It will not work, okay? So just get Clorox is the go-to for this specific DIY. And then you'll just want a little bit of warm water. And this works great for stains on clothes. Mustard is what I'm notorious for getting stains on things. You're gonna put this, you can use a cloth, or you can get a little dish to mix it up first and then use a cloth. It's up to you. And it's like a Tide pin pretty much. And you're just going to clean off your garment. Of course, this is going to be for your whites or your very, very light pastels. You don't want to bleach your colors. They do have a color-friendly Clorox that you could use, or just use your dish powder by itself and just a little bit of like the Dawn dishwashing liquid or Ajax, whatever your kitchen soap is. It also does the same thing, okay? Now for my granite and my marble countertop people, the easiest thing for you to clean your areas with, good old dish soap. Take just a little bit of dish soap. Again, you can put this in your spray bottle. I usually use about 4 tablespoons in a bottle. Warm water and a little bit of an essential oil of your choice. Again, or you can use your mint or your rosemary, any of those things. You're gonna shake it up in the bottle, spray it just like you would our all-purpose cleaner. That is going to be safe for your granite marble countertops. It's not going to be abrasive. Just again, the citrus is not good on those things. And when you buy those things over the counter, a lot of people don't read the back. And even if it says that it's granite safe or marble safe, there's usually an acidic in it, and you'll start to see a buildup on your counters. So just be leery of that. Make sure it has no acidic in it if you choose to buy or DIY. All right. And I have one more for you today. And it is a laundry soap. So I'm gonna put this up here. So this would be good for about 6 months, the size of a container. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take borax. Again, this is a laundry, booster, so this is gonna be perfect. You're gonna put it in your container. This is the part that takes a minute, unless you can break into your box a little quicker. I just don't have the muscles for that. So we're just gonna let that do its thing for just a second. And that's about half the box. So for demonstration purposes, we're gonna go with that. All right, we're gonna shake that in. All right. Then we are going to take just a little bit of our powder here, dish powder. A lot of people are like, dish powder, what are you doing? Well, it's a natural dish powder. And you can also use a bar of soap, but I caution you with that because if you use a bar of soap, then you have to use a grater. Those things are dangerous and I am not a fan of them. So safety wise, I prefer the dish soap, and I think it works better. I think it has a little bit more of a suds feel to it. It works really well. Allergy wise, if you're someone with very sensitive skin, I would go for like an ivory bar of soap. You would have to grate it. There's also lye soaps that you can use as well. Again, you can grate those. But again, the dish powder is not very abrasive, and if you don't have overly sensitive skin, it would work just fine for you. I like to use this for my pets. They have dog beds and all those fun things. They've never had any issues with this. I use this for bedclothes, things like that. So then you can have those mixed together. It's gonna be a whole box of each. And then a lot of people like the scent boosters, of course. So me personally, when I make a batch, I split it in half. And in one half, I'll add the scent boosters, and in the other half, I don't. I like the scent boosters in like my bed sheets, or for the pet beds, or for something that gets used very, very frequently, other people are around. Just my regular clothes and things, I don't really care for the scent boosters because they're pretty strong. So that again is a personal preference. If you like that really strong smell, that scent, that's perfect. If not, then you can just leave those out. Simple as that. You have it in your container, close it up, you're good to go. Put this next to your washer and dryer. You would use about 2 tablespoons for a large load, 1 tablespoon for a smaller load. And a lot of people say, well, I have a high efficiency washer. Whitney, what do I do? This is perfectly safe for a high efficiency washer. I have a high efficiency washer. I've never had any issues. I've never had any buildup or anything. I actually have more trouble from like the little pods than I've had with anything, and the pods are made for high efficiency washers. So this works much better, at least for me. I know what's in it, cleans the clothes really well, and it smells really good. So, because it's more natural, it's not overly powerful, and it works out well. There is also a liquid version of this. I will put all that information on the blog for you if you are interested in a liquid version instead. The only difference is you would need to take your ivory soap, your lye soap, whichever castile soap, whichever type of soap you wanted to use. You would not be able to use the dish soap for this one. And you would need to melt that overnight. Let that sit, cover it, let it melt, and then you would add it to the borax. You would stir that in, and then you could add your again, your scent boosters and things like that the following day. But I'll link all of that onto the blog for you. And I hope you enjoyed all these fun DIYs. If you have any questions or any other suggestions, or you need more tips and tricks, please leave comments below and I will be sure to check those out and answer as much as I can. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day and happy DIY.